Hi everyone, Pete Snow here for Xylem Rental Solutions, and today we're talking about the operating costs of portable pumping equipment. And by that I mean comparing the costs of running a diesel-powered portable pump versus a comparable portable electric drive model. Now the key message in this video is how to calculate the operating costs of diesel versus electric drive models. For decades, diesel-powered portable pumps dominated the market with their flexibility to be set up and run anywhere. No electricity needed. Today, however, with rising fuel and servicing costs and the efforts to reduce the carbon footprint, electric drive pumps have become much more popular and available. So which is best, diesel or electric? Well, that's where operating costs come in. To compare operating costs, you first have to know the operating conditions, specifically the duty point of the application, or in other words, the required flow and head. Here's an example. An 8-inch portable pump on a sewer bypass application will be operating at 1,500 gallons per minute and pumping against 70 feet of total dynamic head. On a performance curve, in this case, the Godwin CD225M, that would mean an efficiency of about 61%. With those three pieces of data, flow, head, and efficiency, you can calculate the horsepower needed by the pump to do that duty. Here's the formula. Flow times head times specific gravity, which in this case is 1 because it's water, divided by the efficiency, and then divided by 3960, which is a constant conversion factor. In this example, the impeller would need approximately 43.5 horsepower of torque from the drive source. Now, let's convert that into operating costs. First, we'll start with the diesel. Taking 43.5 horsepower times 0.05, which is a conversion factor of horsepower to fuel consumption per hour, results in 2.2 gallons of diesel fuel per hour of operation. Let's be conservative and say that diesel fuel runs about $3.50 a gallon. Multiply 2.2 gallons per hour times $3.50 per gallon, and you get $7.70 of operating costs per hour for the diesel model. And that doesn't include service costs every 250 hours of runtime. Now, let's look at the electric drive. First, we'll estimate that electrical power costs about 10 cents per kilowatt hour, which is a pretty good national average. We'll start by multiplying 43 horsepower times 0.746 to convert to equivalent kilowatts, or kW. Then multiplying the kW by 0.10, or 10 cents per kilowatt hour, equals an hourly operating rate of $3.25, which is just a little less than half the cost of the diesel. And that's a pretty good deal. But there's a catch. When using the electric drive pump, you have to get electrical power to the motor, and that costs money. It's commonly called the drop cost of electricity, and depending on where the nearest power source is and where the pump will be located, that can be very costly, and that amount has to be included in the operating costs. So, back to our example. Let's say the pump will run 12 hours a day, on average, and the cost of getting electricity to pump, or drop cost, will be $5,000. We'll compare operating costs at the 2-month, 4-month, and 6-month duration. As we can see here, at the 2-month duration, the operating costs of diesel are less expensive, even if servicing costs are added in. At 4 months, it's a toss-up. And again, when factoring in the additional cost for diesel engine servicing. However, if the application is on site and running for 6 months, diesel fuel costs start to outweigh the initial drop costs of electrical power source by a pretty good margin. In sewer bypass pumping system designs, actually a blend of the two types of drives is used quite often, with an electric drive model as the primary pump because it will run most of the time, and a diesel-powered pump serving as a dedicated spare, providing the needed redundancy for sewage pumping. To sum up, calculating operating costs can save a lot of money, but doing all those calculations is not something that customers who rent pumps often do. However, it is something that your local Xylem Rental Solutions pump expert would be happy to work up for you so that you can get the best bang for your buck on your next pump rental. For more information, contact your local Xylem Rental Solutions pump expert. For Xylem Rental Solutions, I'm Pete Snow. See you next time.